can do both, or one. Okay, let me link this to the Discord. What? What problem? Oh. Uh-oh. Not the echo. Which is funny because that's our power in this game. Are there people here? Yes, I can hear you, but there's a bit of an echo. I just heard her twice. Echo. Echo. Tintin's here? Hey! Is only my voice showing up in the stream? I think only my voice is streaming. Yeah, I think it's only showing mine. From the stream? Yeah, I don't think that I think it's only streaming my voice. Well, you guys can just tell me. We are picking out a race and a gender. Are we going to be doing a male or a female? We can start with that. Yeah. What? It did? Oh, it did. Oh. Oh, that was because I pressed the share button and I was looking in the menu, sorry. This is so sloppy. Yeah, you guys can type in the chat. I'll just be hearing your voices and the clicking of the keyboard at the same time. I swear I can hear keyboard clicking sounds. Yeah, that would make sense. My little sister just walked into the room with a maraca and she's pointing it at me. Silently. What do you want? Why are you holding that in my get that on my face. What is it? What? I'm hearing myself through somebody's speaker. It's nap time, go get in bed. Okay, so male or female, cast your votes now. Okay, a girl. Do we want to go here, which is basically, I don't know, here, higher, but it's a human, basically. And there are two races of human. There's Midlander and there's Highlander, which Highlander are the muscly versions of them from the city-state of Alamigo, and Midlander is the normal people that you find everywhere, because they're humans. Then you got your Elzen, which the two clans of that. There's the Wildwood, and then the Duskwait, which Duskwait are not as common, and they live underground. The Wildwood are the ones that most of the story takes place with. They're kind of... And then we got the Lalafell, which are Popitos. You kind of get them everywhere. Popitos are kind of the in-game, everybody calls them that. I think Geek must be that. Then your Makotis, which I don't know, everyone calls them cats because they're too lazy to say Makotis. And you got your Seekers of the Sun, which have these really super bright eyes and the slit. Their pupils are slit, so they're big. And then the Keepers of the Moon, which their eyes aren't as bright, but they have like claws and fangs. When you do emotes that show their mouths, they have fangs that show. Hey, Tristan, can you tell Hunter to go to Mom? And then your Rogadin. For Geek, you know Rogadins apparently. There's the Sea Wolves, which make up most of Lim's Lamento. That's a city-state. And the Hell's Guard, which you find most of them in Ul'dah or the Far East, as far as I'm aware. And then the Aura, which are basically... The females are Japanese, and the Rain are Japanese, and the Zayla are Mongolian. And I love the Zayla. They're from the Azim Steppe, and that is like my favorite zone in the entire game. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, let me see. Checking my own stream. And yeah, it's about a 10-second delay for me. Whoa, who's screaming? Go tell her to not scream. And get Hunter. What were you guys saying?
Whoa, who's screaming?
Yeah, okay. We can just yeah. Mhm. What? Hunter won't go. Emma, can you tell Hunter to go to Mom? Okay. I just heard myself 3 times. Okay. So, were you guys gonna pick out a race? Oh. Yeah. Oh, by the way, all their naming conventions are different. Yes. So the name will be completely different depending on what race and clan we pick. The names are different between the clans too. For the higher, the Midlanders are kind of Anglo-Saxon and Old English, and that's the Midlanders, and then the Highlanders are Germanic, mainly. Then the Ellison are all French, only they kind of have weird endings, like they always consistently end with a specific set of suffixes that I'm not confident in pronouncing, so don't ask me. And then the Lalafell, their names actually depend on what gender they are and what clan they are. They are rhythmic in sound, so it's like for the Dunes folk females, you would have basically one set of sounds, like 2 syllables, like Runa, Runa, and then first name would be a double of the first syllable. So her full name would be Runa Runa, which is kind of confusing, but you learn to recognize it. And then the Makoti, the Seekers of the Sun live in tribes, and there were 26 tribes when they migrated to Eorzea. So all their names the tribes' names are each basically just a letter. They were each assigned a letter because there's 26 letters in the alphabet, and Eorzeans were like, what the heck, let's go with that. So they always put one capital letter before their name, and then their main name is basically just random letters that have a lot of H's in them, which is used to signify the hissing sounds cats make. So like if you had a cat voice, you'd like make a low guttural hiss in between each name. So like my main character is Srin Rana. So you have to add in those obligatory H's. The males, the male Seekers of the Sun, their last names are one of 2 things. There's the Tias and there's the Noons, which the Tias are basically all the males that are normal, and the Noons are ones that are allowed to breed. And they're also the leaders of tribes, so nobody does a Noon unless you're role-playing a stud. Anyway, the females, by the way, they just take their father's first name as their last name. The Keepers are a matriarchal, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but the females are the heads of the clans. So they pass their names down through the mums, and the males take their mother's names, and they have like a slight suffix on the end that depends on what birth order they're in. So I think the first one is like and the next one is like Li, and I don't remember what they all are. It's complicated. And then the Rogadins, the Sea Wolves, take their names from the ancient Rogadan language because they were immigrants from some island chain that's way up north. And it's kind of Germanic in nature. I mean, kind of Norwegian actually. And the males, they basically just take two words and fuse them together for their names. And the females, they have like a selection of five suffixes that they're allowed to attach onto the first word. So the only real one that I ever remember, ow, that's my chair. Oh, my head. Is Lois Bwyn. I don't know if I pronounced that, but it is called Mated too. If you want to name one, you kind of have to go into the character creation page, character naming convention page on the Square Enix website. What? Yes. Okay, yeah. Well, yes, so you have to go on to the naming conventions page and click the link to go to their big list of Rogadan words. So you can look through those and pick words. And that's it. And then the Hellsguard are basically like the dumbed down version of the Sea Wolves. Their names consist... Well, their first name is kind of an adjective, and then the second name is an object. That's it. Like, some of the greatest naming puns in this game come from Hellsguard. Like, just the other day I was passing by and I saw Carrying Bear and Curious Gorge. And then more normal names are like some NPCs I've seen are Yellow Moon and Bitter Snow and stuff like that. And then the Aura, which the Rain are basically Japanese, old Japanese, not newer Japanese names. Like you wouldn't name one Hatsune Miku; they have to be older, period style. So I think I named one Rin Tsurugi and stuff like that. And the Zela are Mongolian, which there are a selection of about almost 50 clans, tribes or something that you could choose from that you use as your last name. And then the first name is just a random Mongolian name. And I've researched Mongolian names for I have no idea how long, and they're really just random words. You can pretty much pick anything and it could be a Mongolian name. Anything from that language anyway. Some of their names are even like not even Mongolian in nature. One of my auras name is Sasha, which is a name that comes from Alexander, which is from the Russian occupiers of some parts of Mongolia, you know, way back when, so they used to do that. And historically, some of them didn't even have names. They would give them names like no name, and not that, and this is not a human, and stuff like that. But long story short, yeah, they're cool. And I think that's about it. Did I explain that okay? That was probably really sloppy. I'm not used to talking this much. My throat. Okay, well, go ahead and take your pick, because they really all have interesting lores to them. Okay. Yeah, I think Geek was leaning towards that too, so we could go with elves, and it's just, these guys are probably the hardest to name, because I don't speak French, and I can't pronounce half their names. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, the suffixes were like consist of well, it's L-O-U-X, I think, low, but it's pronounced low, I think, and in N-A-U-D, which is na, and L-O-I-X, which is loi, or something like that. So, like, one of the characters' name is Alphanad and Alphanad, depending on whether you actually want to pronounce the last. Yes, Alphanad. Thank you. My tongue will not survive. Anyway. So, one of the... Oh yes, I love the DLC. Heaven's Word, thank you for killing my throat. It was fun. Emmerich is literally the only Elizin that's easy to pronounce. And Estinian, that was easy. And I don't know. Like one of the biggest, you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Anyway, so Wildwood or Duskwait? The Duskwait? Okay. Oh yeah, they're really rare. I almost never see Duskwait anywhere. Okay, so what height are we going with? As tall as possible. Okay. Bust size. You can pick that. I'm not. $50? Yeah, they're skinny, but yeah. Pretty much all the Ellison I've seen are actually have pretty large busts though. Anyway. 50. Sure. Okay, so skin color. Some of the dark colors actually look kind of weird though. There's no kind of brown. Yeah, the brown. I can't take a character with like totally gray alien skin seriously for some reason. Yeah, kind of maybe whitish, like really unnaturally pale. Maybe like that. It's still kind of flesh tone, but it's also kind of gray, has a gray cast to it, so. Yes, exactly. We can go with that. Okay, so hairstyles. You know what? Why don't we pick a hair color first? Because in my experience, and I've made tons of these characters. Yes, exactly. You always have to change the color depending on the hairstyle you do, so I like to pick out the colors first. What color are we doing? By the way, you can do highlights, so usually I put this on some weird color just so I can see what color, where the highlights are, so. Maybe blue or green? Yeah. My characters have all historically been red-headed, just because it's closest to my hair. For some reason, this game does not have any good brown hair colors. They're all weird anime colors. You can't do a natural hair tone for the life of you. Except for black. You can kind of do that. Like turquoise. Hold on, let me change the environment. There we go, you can see it kind of better. Yeah. So, that's kind of a softer sort of green. Kind of a sage green. It's almost blonde looking. And that's bright. So the bottom is neon, the middle is kind of toned down, and up here we got kind of more turquoise-ish. And then we got blue. This is kind of more on the bluish side, and this is kind of more on the greenish side. And then there's the really blue. No wait, that's purple. I'm confused. And also remember that we can match the highlights to it, so we could do blue tips to green hair or something. Yeah. Which one? I remember we're changing the hairstyle, so. Yeah. We'll just go extremely slow. The Cayuga, I can give it black hair tips and just like a dark green. This would be the color of those ducks. Duck lady. Owlinette. It does, actually. Ah. Okay, so the dark green or like a brighter green? This one? Okay, so we're going with this one. The face. Here we go. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Number 4? Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. Jaw. Get into some detail here, so you can barely tell. Basically, 4 is a smaller jaw. 3 is kind of long and narrow, and 2 is kind of puffed out, and 1 is normal. I think. Take your pick. Okay, the cursor is on 2 right now. It barely makes any difference anyway. Yes, that one was kind of awkward. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'm going with 2. So eye shape. Now, 3 is universally the slanty eye, the as coolest as you can get. 1 is normal, 2 is droopy. 4 is kind of a large eye, and then 6 is just a bigger version of 4, and then 5 is these tiny squeezed in things. Usually I consecutively, all my characters stick with 3, but that's just me. 3 or 1 is usually what I go for, and if not, it's a 6, because I want their eyes to be really big. Okay, so pick something random. Okay. You can either have a large iris or a small one like a crazy person. And seriously, she looks kind of they all look kind of panicked whenever you suck their eyeballs in. Yeah, and I like how you can see the color better with the larger eyes. Seriously, I never use a smaller iris, so that was just, I was being formality. Yes. Exactly. Okay, so eye color. You want like blood red eyes, or gold, or blue, or purple, or green, or white. And there's also, you could do odd eyes. We're gonna go gold. Okay. And we want them consistent, so I can turn off the odd eyes. So I think this is kind of a gold color. Yes. Yes, if you want glowing eyes, go with an aura. They have a limbo ring that you can make like quadruple colored eyes, and it's psychotic. But it looks really cool when you do it right. Okay, eyebrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is just the thicker version of 1.
Okay, eyebrows.
And I think 3 is just a thicker version of 2, but I'm not sure. Yeah. And then, I mean 4 is just a thicker version of 2. 3 is one that kind of always looks mad. Yeah, she kind of looks like younger than I think. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so 3? Okay, nose. I hate messing with noses. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 is the smallest one. I usually only go with 1 or 4 because 1 is normal and 4 is less noticeable. Whatever nose is less in your face is what I usually choose, but you guys pick whatever. Yeah, sticking with 1 is safe. Okay. Yes. Okay. I usually go with 4 on like smaller characters, like a Mikodi or a Lalafell. So, mouth. What? What were you saying? Okay. There's your mouth 1, which is normal. Mouth 2, which is, you know, you got your thick swollen lips, and your 3 are thin, and 4 is basically just 1, only narrower. It's not really all that noticeable on Alexander. It's interesting. You like 2? You could do that. Honestly, at this point, I'm just going with whoever speaks up first, so. Okay, so your lip color, which you can mess with if you really want, but usually I never do, I just pick none. But if you want color, you can pick all sorts of stuff. And you have a choice to make it dark or light, and dark is just basically any color you pick is like a super thick lipstick that you put on. Yeah. Okay. ear shape. So you have your normal ears, and your ears that droop down a bit, and then your ears that kind of have they're kind of pointed upward, and these ones which are kind of more human shaped. We're also going to mess with their length afterwards, so pick wisely. You like 3 or 1? Can't be Ellison without pointy ears. Okay, so she has pretty short ears right now, but you can make them up to this long. And up to this short, which are practically just human ears, only with a pointy on them. Yeah, I guess so. It looks like she's got some wings coming out of the side of her head. Okay, 50? Let's see. Is that good? Okay. I just realized that I forgot to go back and change the hairstyle. We were almost through. Yes, that's a good way to look at it. So, we got this hairstyle and this one. Got some nice French braids going. This one has just ponytails. This one has a hair thing on top. This is the one that we just had, so I don't need to look at that. This one has one kind of off-center ponytail and braids and ponytails. And shave your head day. This one has lots of braids and Star Trek cut and barrettes, lots of barrettes. These are all the same, except they have different colored barrettes. For some reason, they had to have 4 of these hairstyles. And then kind of normalish looking long hair. Long hair without bangs. Pigtails, kind of slightly curly. This is one of the ones that show the highlights the best, because my camera just went blacked out. And then this one, which kind of makes me feel like a punk star. This is the one that looks most like me. That's the one I use on my main. Anyway. This is long hair with bangs. And these are long dreadlocks. And these are Hatsune Miku pigtails, only tiny. This is Cordelia. I'm not sure who this is. It's just short. This is braids. This is a high-picked ponytail. This is long hair without bangs, and this is long hair with bangs. This is short hair again. This is another short hair. This is short hair but slightly longer. This is Selfie, and also Cater. And this is 9. He's really cool. Anyway, this is Jack, I think. This is Cinque. I don't know who this is. It's just short hair. I don't know who that is either. It just has a braided ponytail thing and lopsided bangs. This is a pompadour, I think. This is 7. And this is a tiny bun. This is ace. That's king. This is deuce. 9. Wait, no, that's tray. And, you know, braided parts and slightly longer hair. And then this hairstyle, which is one I got from a, you know, event thing. So, it's nice. Take a pic. Cinque? Sorry. I mean, that's just how I called her name. Yeah. Well, I pronounce things weird. It's how I... Yeah, well, I was raised in like 15 different places and regions of the world, so I have no consistent accent. I have weird pronunciations, and I learned words from books, not from people telling me them. So like when I was reading out of the Bible, my mom laughs at me because I said the Beatitudes, not the Beatitudes. You know? You know how it is. Yes, I know what you mean. Yep. This is what I called it, and this is what I'm going with. Yeah, Chocobo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like for years I pronounced it Rama, because it says at the end, right? But then I heard in one of the games they're calling it Ramu. I'm like, how does that even work? But they actually said Ramu. Sacrilege. The long hair without bangs, this one? Yeah, it kind of evens them out, yeah. So, out of the long hairstyles, we got the long pigtails, this hair, this one, that one. I mean, if you really want dreadlocks, and that one, and these two. And that's about it, really. You kind of, I know, I actually do like the dreadlocks. Yeah, I actually like those. I put them on kind of my more kind of punkish Makoti. It makes them feel like wild. It could kind of match since she's a dusk weight. So. Okay, we going with the dreadlocks? Okay, we'll go with the dreadlocks. Where were we a minute ago? I think it was after the ear side, right? Okay, facial features. Excuse my pronunciation. So the first option is thicker eyebrows. You can have thicker eyebrows if you want or not. And then you got, oh, there's a scar. Usually females don't get scars, but sometimes you get them. Then earrings. You can put some black earrings on. And moles. You can have a mole by your lip or by your cheek up here. That's it. Are there any facial features that you desire? Just leave it. Yeah. Some of the characters get really cool scars, but otherwise, yeah, they're usually just kind of meh. And then you can get tattoos if you want, on your left or right eye, if you really want. Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's also face paint that you could do. These are the only tattoos. Selections. Let me look at the face paint real quick. Show you. Change the face paint color to something less weird. Okay, face paint. You got eyeshadow, basically, and blush, if you want. Anime blush. A dragon. Oh, you could also reverse them all. So on my other side. And a wing type thing, tribal tattoo, flower, star, butterfly, heart. Some sort of, I don't know what that is. Some dots, whiskers, like chocobo, slash, her eyes are gleaming. Nobody wants to look at her. And some tribal stuff. Tiger stripes, a bar, half her face, dirt, really big eyebrows, and freckles. I actually like freckles sometimes. You mean the tattoos? Okay, so did you want one or the other? And also you could change the color. Okay. So we going with that? And then, of course, you have the voice. This is the most painstaking part, I swear. My controller's out of battery. Oh. I'm back. my controller ran out of battery just... Okay. Could you guys hear that? That is voice 4. So it's kind of deeper. This is obnoxiously high-pitched. Yep. So definitely not 6. This one's kind of normal sounding. She sounds kind of patronizing. What? Yeah, 7 sounded alright. 7 and 5, I think, so far. Yeah. I know, right? Really the only time that these voices ever matter is during battle. If you are one of the melee classes, you will constantly hear one of 2 voice bits over and over and over again. Just prepare yourself, because I picked one voice on one of my Makoti guys, and he was an archer, and every single move, every single action he uses is like, over and over. It killed me, really. Okay. And then the first 3 are just Japanese ones, so. I had to take my phone off charger because I had to plug it into my controller. So these first three are all Japanese. And that should be it. You're like 7 so far. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of matches her better, I think. Okay, confirm. That's it. Okay. So her birthday, which doesn't actually do anything at all, but it's kind of cool to pick. So basically, they have astral moons and umbral moons instead of months, which there's 12 of them. There's 6 astral and 6 umbral. So this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, November, October. I mean September, October, November, December. Well, I just drew blank there. That's weird. Everyone. Yep. Yep, that's right. And just pick a random day here because it's fun. I always have the 5th umbral moon. The 28th sun of the 5th umbral moon is my birthday. Just to let everyone know. But really, it doesn't do anything at all. Wait, is it October already? I don't even know what the date is. We could pick today. What is today? I forget. It is the 2nd. Okay, yes, thank you. And a guardian deity, or a patron deity, which there are 12. Geek, do you know anything about the 12? Yes, you've not been educated in the lore of the 12 then. Yeah, well, they kind of have some of them are patrons of certain areas, and actually if you go onto the wiki page, there are actually relationships between them all. Like Alphic is Nemia's brother, and his daughters are Azema and Menfina, which are the sun and the moon and stuff like that. It's actually more complicated than necessary because it has no role in the game so far. I think it'll probably end up... What? I know, right? Yes, so basically Halone... Oh, Halone is the Fury. She's the patron of Ishgard, which is the entire Heavensward area. So when you walk into Ishgard, that's the big... She's the big bang there. That's who everybody pays attention to. Menfina is the keeper of the moon, and the Mikoti, keepers of the moon, historically worship her, along with how the Hey Soma, thanks for showing up. How did? Okay, never mind. And Azema is the one the Mikoti worship, and also I think the old civilization that the Lalafell had, I think Buladia worshipped Azema and stuff like that. Thaliak is the deity of scholars, and Charlian had him as their patron. Nimia, I really don't remember anything that she does. Lim Lane is the patron of Limsa Lominsa, which is one of the starting 3 cities. That's the city with pirates. Whoever had that pirate thing, I forget, but this is where the pirates are. Yes. Ashan is the patron of wanderers, and he is also the typically the one that I choose. I always just choose Ashan by default because my family are travelers. So, and let's see, Byragot, which is the patron of crafters. People choose him sometimes for reasons. Ralgar is the destroyer, and he's the patron of Girabania, which is one of the 2 areas that come with the Stormblood expansion. Then Azema, which I already kind of explained her, she's the sun goddess, and Naldal are actually twins, and they are the patron of Ul'dah, which is one of the 3 cities, and Nofika, which is the patron of Gridania, and farmers and stuff like that, and Althik, which is kind of the time god. He's basically Zeus, only without the lightning. Yeah, so that was the guardian deities in a nutshell. Hello? Oh. That would match her Elzenness, I guess. Go with that? Okay. So, time to pick the class. And also, the city starting depends on your class. So, if you want to start in Ul'dah, you can either pick a gladiator pugilist or a thaumaturge, which a thaumaturge is a baby black mage, a gladiator is a baby paladin, and a pugilist is a baby monk. If you want to go to Limsa, which is the pirate place, you can only pick a marauder or an arcanist. And an arcanist is a baby summoner or scholar, which is my main. I always main summoner. That's just my favorite. That is the one I choose. I summon a giant Bahamut. It is mine. And I am its master. Excuse me, I have to geek out about summoner for a second. Anyway, so yeah, and the marauder is a baby warrior. And then there are 3 classes you can pick for Gridania, which is the forest place. That's it. It's the forest place. You can pick the Lancer, which is a baby dragoon, a Archer, which is a baby bard, and a Conjurer, which is a baby white mage. And if you pick a gladiator or a marauder, you are a tank, which is the leader of a party. If you get shoved into a dungeon, people are going to follow you. And it's generally not recommended for beginners, just in my personal opinion. If you really want a tank, then do it, but seriously, people sometimes will get on your case. And Conjurer is the only healer class you could start out as. Arcanist can become a scholar at level 30, but that's not, you start out as a DPS, but then you can become a healer if you want. Healer is technically the hardest role to do, but you don't get as much flack for it because you're the one keeping everyone alive, and you're not setting the pace for the dungeon, which is why tanks get the most flack. Anyway. It won't be much of a problem for me because I've kind of been everything, so... Yes, yeah. This is just a disclaimer for anyone who's wanting to start the game eventually. This is what you want to pick and what you generally will have a harder time with. Yeah, okay. So, really the only major difference is the city that you start in. What? Yes. It is known that, there's only 3 tanks and 3 healer classes in the end game right now. The rest are all DPS. That's like, I don't know how many DPS classes. There's 4 melee, 2 ranged, and 3 caster DPS, I think? Yes. So that's like, I don't know, 8? 7? 7, 8? Something like that. Anyway. 9? I forget. So, if you want to start in Ul'dah, you can go for the Pugilist. This is also going to change the entire first section of the story. If you start in Ul'dah, you'll have an Ul'dah storyline, and if you start in Britannia, you get, you know, and etc. On and on. If you... Yeah. Oh, which area did your playthrough start out in? Oh yeah. Britannia is kind of, I don't know. It's kind of communally regarded as the most boring of the 3 city-states to start in, because not only is there kind of less characters, the city is smaller, but there's also less zones surrounding it. There's just less space to move around. Everything's all kind of squished together. Yes, and also, if you start in Ul'dah, you'll get Thancred to introduce you to the Scions, and if you start in Limsa, you get Y'shtola, which is the Makoti that, you know, kind of represents 14 now, because that's who we picked for some reason. Ul'dah, it's almost like Ul'dah is the most important city. Yeah, Ul'dah is pretty much where a lot of the stuff goes down in the story, and Limsa is communally regarded as kind of the best place for your Grand Company, because the Aetheryte's right next to the Grand Company place. That's just where I've been told to go. Plus, that's where my favorite 2 classes are. Is in Limsa. Is the Summoner and the Ninja. So never mind. So we can go with Pugilist, I guess. So, here we go. Right? I haven't... Alwyn, are you lurking? I haven't heard from you in a long time. Yeah, she's lurking in the background. Do you have any opinion? Is there a city-state you would like to see? You know nothing. Prepare to be enlightened. Okay, so we're going with Pugilist, I guess. Okay, so... yeah? Okay. So, let us pick a server. There's Genova, Adamantis, Midgard, Sormer. These are the ones with bonus EXP, and Siren too, but I already have a character there. It doesn't really make any difference, since we're just going to be playing through the main story mostly. Just pick whatever name is your favorite. Do you like Genova better than you like Midgard Sorma? Or Adamantis? Yeah, Geek said it. Midgard Sorma sounds cooler than Genova. Let's go with that. Okay, name. Name time. I'm gonna hide. Okay. Oh wait, wasn't it gonna be Alwynette? No, I'm kidding. I won't steal that for you, Alwyn. So she's a duck. Anyway. I did have a last name that I was collectively using for my dark-haired Elizin. It's called Corbejan, if I pronounced that at all right. I don't even remember how I spelled it. Hold on a second. think that's how I did it. And then a forename. It has to end with like a vowel, double consonant vowel, you know, like et or an or, you know, L sort of thing. But it's like a French name, you know. You know your French names, pick something. I think I can hear cringe going on. I hear people cringing. Alan, is it you? Okay, people are laughing at me. Go ahead, pick something, please. If you want to, you can be helpful and look on the Ellison naming convention list. Or like, look up a list of French names. Thank you, Geese. Yes, I always have those up too. I always have like just arrays of naming lists on all the different genres. Like you have your Japanese name tab and your fantasy name generator tab and your 20,000 name site tab. Pick something at random. I am basically doing a playthrough to let a few people see. You know, I told you about this, Soma. Were you not there when I told you about my idea for? This is basically like a test run for a couple friends. Sorry, I was talking to Soma. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah. By all means, go ahead. So we got Diane. I always kind of look at the meanings of the French word, and then usually I just kind of mutilate it into a French name afterward. Yeah. I liked the name Advent, so I would smash the male name Elizin name suffix on the end and become Advento or Absolo, which I thought was clever, but you know, that was just me being proud of myself. Owlet. Isn't that like a bird? Doesn't that mean like a bird or something? Oh, it's Alet. Sorry, I missed the extra E. Oh, by the way, I just want to clarify, we're not going with Alwinet, right? If you really want to name it Alwyn, we can name it Alwyn for you. But, you know, I would rather save it for if you ever had one yourself. You're very, very quiet, Alan. Why would you try and be quiet? I'm trying to ask you guys questions. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Go ahead and be quiet. Who was that? I couldn't hear that. That scared the... scared the echo out of me. I mean, yeah, it was like a big booming, hey. Oh yes, I can hear you. That's a lot better. Okay. Oh. I know how that feels. Have him participate. Come and help us think of female Ellison names. Random younger brother. What?
This is horse. This is broken. Because normally you don't Rebecca to try to.
I think my little brother heard the theme and he came over and he's asking me questions about his belt. Okay. That sounds like fun. If you can't pronounce them right, then you're probably on point. So you got like Livian, and if they all kind of slur together, then that's French. I just had Corbejan sitting there. You guys can pick a different one. That's just my kind of default name I use for Ellison. It comes from the French name meaning crow, with a Ellison suffix smashed on. Sylvian's kind of cool. That comes from forest dweller, right? Yeah. Most of the names you just double the last consonant and then add an vowel at the end. That's it. Yes, that would be French-ish. How do you say green in French? Varan, you could do. Randomly coming up with stuff here. Extremely different. Well, I don't have much. Hold on. Let me exit out of my stream and look at my list of Elizin names that I came up with beforehand but never actually go back to. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So I basically just had a whole bunch of French words, and then and then you can add like the suffix onto it. I had Advent, Azura or Azure, Blaze, Cain, Shante, Claire, Corbin, Crescent, Damien, Diane, Elena, Evelyn, Yvonne, Faye, Fawn, Gase, Ignace, Ivan, Jay, Jerome, Joel, Lace, Laramie, LaRue. Oh, LaRue is one of the names that I use. Leo, Leander. I heard somebody yelling. Okay. Leola, Leon, Leroux, Olette, Vertel. That's an interesting one. There's May or Maylin, Mark, which is a M-A-R-Q or Q-U-E. Maine, Merle, Mystique. Oh, Mystique would be interesting. If you wanted something unusual, there's no, and then there's Noel or No. Ophelia, Paige, Quincy, Ray, Renee, Roe, Sage, Tempest, Vale or Yvonne. Ooh. Odelat. What are we leaning towards right now? I don't even know. We just threw out tons of ideas and we haven't really settled on any of them. Who's spitting memes? I heard lick that, and that's it. Hello? Yeah. That's true. So far I've heard Alet. What? Yeah, exactly. Minaway. I don't know. I couldn't. Whoa! Don't mess with that chair, Tristan. Does that work? Do you not see the progression? Is that it? Are we going with that? Alet Corbigeon? I don't know. Are we picking this? What is that? Is that a kind of car? Oh no, it's a vegetable? I have no idea. Okay, it rhymes. Okay, so is that it? At an hour and a half of character creation time. No, that's normal. That's completely normal. What? Exactly. At least a half an hour. And that was just over the name. We just spent like a half an hour on the name. Begin a new game with this character? Are you guys ready to see the opening scene? Here we go. Oh. Oh wait, no, it says broadcasting gameplay microphone audio because you entered a block scene. Are you serious? Oh wait, no, it's the loading screen. I hope. It's still on the loading screen though. Okay, it's starting. Are you guys seeing it?
Here.
Okay, good, you're seeing it. We can watch cutscenes, yay.
Here. Feel. Hear, feel, think.
It matches her. Shh. No talking. No talking. There's no sound right now, I think. Oh, sorry. Go slower. I think I can make those larger. Alright guys, first story choice. Tell me which one you want to pick. Glory. Let the fury lead us to glory. Okay, let's go with this. Yep. Being dead is actually 0 DPS. You can believe that. Of course, when you may ask. DPS. DPS is damage per second, I believe. And that is the all the damage dealing classes. Basically all the classes that are not tank or healer, that is DPS. Basically. So whenever you hear someone say crank up your DPS, that means just go do damage. Okay guys, is this your first trip to Ul'dah? Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that. Yes. This is Ayla's first time here. Yeah, that's why she's so pale. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to get more of our voices in. Ask Liam. Liam and Ken seem to know how to do it. Yeah.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ul'dah. Even with the coming of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
Yeah, and you notice it was floating? Yeah. I notice a lot of the sort of thing all the time. Like, I didn't realize that that massive sign was being held up by a balloon. What? It actually wasn't being held on the ground.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Here we go. Here we go, intro victory walk. Almost 2 hours, here we go. We're starting the game! 2 hours after we started the game! Yay! Yeah, she does look pretty nice. Yes, we could all voice act together. Do you guys want me to be reading this out loud? Because I could do that. If necessary. It'll all sound weird. It's all gonna sound weird if I do. But if you guys want that, okay, anyway. Who is the Scottish section? No, I'm not talking about. Okay, so guys, welcome to Ul'dah, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Thanalan's the country, Ul'dah's the city. Oh, I could do that if you can't read it. Jeez, you should have mentioned that earlier. I'd been reading this for you. Yeah, are you watching it on the phone or something, Alan? Your poor eyes, my gosh. Did you miss, like, all of that dialogue? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll make sure I read it next time. Okay, so please select the controls. Okay, I'm always using the controller. I will never use a keyboard. I'm sorry. And I also have to like, I have to mess with the hotbar real quick. Hold on a second. This is how I have my hotbar, and nobody can tell me to do it any different. I have like 3 actions I can use right now. Oh my gosh. Being a baby is awesome. Okay. Initiating quests. You guys all know how to initiate quests, right? You press the X button. And it lets you talk to people. And then when you talk to the quest thing, you can press the up button. It lets you accept the quest. Tis plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse. And I don't want that on my conscience. So before you do anything else, you'll want to head over to the quicksand and speak with Momedy. She is the master of the Adventurers Guild, and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through those double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with the adventuring, adventurer. Yes, exactly. Totally took an arrow to the head. You have begun a quest. Oh no. Use the duty list to help you complete. And okay. So, in case anyone didn't know, how you walk is you use the left swirly thingy, and then your camera is the right swirly thingy. I know, right? It's like revolutionary. Whoa, I've never been in a female Allison before. The walk is different. I have to get used to this. So she's like jogging. I know, right? Maybe that's why she looks so tense. She's trying not to fall over us because of her boots. Okay. Why, hello there. Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Mumady, and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. She's a Lalafell, of course she's cute. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Old Ah, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. Ha 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 ha! She's green. Get it? No? Okay. And lucky for you what it is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Amal Jah, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for nigh on, forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days. Only that they are. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but beneath it all there's worry. Worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the Lesser Moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an ape hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things began to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is they don't. Nobody does. There is one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of these bathe here stumbled as though of the calamity itself. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to this very much. Whenever we try and call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand and try and leave Ul'dah in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, I'll be happy to let you join the guild. Alright then, a promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ul'dah means more business for the quicksand too. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Alette Corbigeon. Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Alette. Shh, you're messing me up. Okay. Alright, Miss Corbigeon. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 is my witness, I swear to you, I'll bring you the money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Sorry. Be grateful you were given a 4th chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy! Well, ain't that a sorry sight? Nor an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing a lady muse on the many manhoods of her acquaintance from time to time. What are you talking about? Any road, welcome to Ul'dah, elect. Take a moment to catch your breath, and I'll teach you a little about our fair city. Okay. Disclaimer, I am a horrible voice actor. I'm just reading this so that you know what's actually being said. Okay? Oh, it's a zucchini. Well, I guess it's the same color as her hair.
Copying my picture.
But you seriously don't call them zucchinis? That is so weird. I have no idea what a courgette was. It was like it's a not. We just call them zucchinis. It's a zucchini. It's a kind of squash. That's it. Okay. Oh, okay. Whatever. Weird linguistic things. Okay. Momodi, the proprietress of the quicksand, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Before you go charging off on your fortune, to find your fortune, I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform so as to help you get to know the place. I don't know, I just changed the southern accent because she keeps doing this kind of southern twang thing with the end of her, what you call them, verbs. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetherite Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue, then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an Aetherite. If it weren't for Aetherites traveling around Eors, it would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so make sure you do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned to the Aetherite before, Alet? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you're done with that, I want you to pay a visit to the Pugilist Guild over at the Platinum Mirage. Assuming those weapons of yours ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all over Eorzea beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ul'dah, as long as you've got the guild. Just make sure you don't pay any more than you ought, Alet. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Ceciroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short, then, visit the Aetherite Plaza, the Pugilist Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, and before you go, a word of advice. While there's more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some honest-to-goodness problems you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folks are lured to this city by the promise of wealth and power, and what many of them fail to realize that instead of chasing after a guild the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak to the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you get going. Oh, and let me know when you finish, will you? That way, I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name. I just came up with that all on the fly though. I'm gonna have fun with this, I swear. Okay, yeah, well, it's already over 2 hours of the stream now, so... I am sorry. Okay. Well, we can sort of wrap it up now and pick it up next time. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yes. Okay. Holy, that guy's name is
What? Where?
That's genius. Oh my gosh. Give me a second, I need to recover from that.
Where? A guy's name is
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and sit down here then. Oh, I don't have my emails out yet.
What's water flow?
Okay, guys.
I haven't seen water flow yet, Savannah.
Logging out. Farewell. I will see you next time. Some of these names are just genius, I swear. Okay, guys. Farewell.